Howdy people, welcome to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you my match preview as Forest travel to Villa Park to take on Aston Villa. As you can tell with the absolute excitement in my voice, I am absolutely buzzing to watch Forest go away from home when we've collected just 6 points all season on the road, and we take on a brilliant Aston Villa side that are in form pushing for Europe. You can tell that I am super confident that we're not going to get destroyed in this game. However, looking at the two side situations, we currently sit 17th outside the relegation zone on goal difference, and Aston Villa currently sits 7th above the likes of Chelsea, who has spent £600 million this season, and Liverpool. So as you can obviously tell, I am really excited. Aston Villa currently host a 6-game unbeaten run, and Forest have not won in 8 games. So as you obviously have picked up, I'm not confident in any way, shape or form. Aston Villa are playing very well, playing very good stuff, and have a very informed team. So quite frankly, we're not going to win. I'm just going to put it out there. Does any Forest fans that hand on heart believe that we're going to win? Please give me your confidence, because we are not winning. I will snatch your hand off for a point. We won't get that either though. Have a look and get a detailed look at Villa's form. Their last 5 games have been a 1-0 win against Palace, a 1-0 draw with West Ham, a 3-0 victory against Bournemouth, a 2-0 win away to Chelsea, and a 2-1 win against Leicester. So straight away, looking at that, they've played a lot of teams around us, and they've got pretty much maximum points from their last 5 games, only dropping points to West Ham. So straight away, that puts absolutely even less confidence into me right now. Now looking at Forest detailed form now, we've had in our last 5 games a 2-2 draw with Everton, a 3-1 defeat to an awful Spurs side, a last-minute goal conceded to lose 2-1 to Newcastle, a 1-0 draw with Wolves despite dominating them, and a 2-1 loss to a very average Leeds team. You could tell by my voice that we should have got so many more points. Newcastle is the only one in those last 5 where I look at, okay, they're a good side. But in the 89th minute, it was 1-1. I don't care if you're playing prime Barcelona. If you are drawing in the 90th minute, I expect to maintain that result until the final whistle. But yeah, realistically, we should have got so many more points. Everton, at the time I was satisfied with the draw purely because we didn't play great, but we still should have beaten them. Spurs, if we played how we did in the second half of the entire game, I think we could have got something from that. But then again, Forest away, they just don't like picking up points. They don't like playing well, so yeah, I think if there's any Villa fans watching, you can probably tell how I feel going into this game. But yeah, it is clear as day that Villa are the favourites going into this game. We can't win away games to save our lives at the minute, and but we need to do something. We need to get something away from home in order to stay up. I'm probably going to do a video on it itself, but realistically, between now and the end of the season, we need a minimum of 7 points to stay up, and there's probably one game that I go into, including home games, with any sort of confidence, and that's Southampton at home. That's the only game I have any confidence going into. But we need to get something from any of these games. We need to just nick a point or something, but realistically, I have absolutely no confidence. But yeah, after Villa, we have then got Man United at home, Liverpool away, Brighton at home, and Brentford away. So yeah, those are teams that are pushing for Europe, top teams. Fantastic. So we need to try and get something from Villa, but I severely doubt we will. And plus, they need the points as well because they're pushing for Conference League. They could even get Europa League, but I think if they get Conference League, they'll be very happy, seeming the first chunk of the season they had Steven Gerrard as their manager. However, looking at previous meetings between the two sides, Forest have beaten Aston Villa on 38 occasions, we have drawn 31 times, and Villa have won 60 times. So overall, on the balance of history, Villa have had the better over Forest over the last few years. We have already met this season, and it ended as a 1-1 draw at the City Ground. Gerrard was manager. I think we definitely could have won that game, but at the same time we were coming off like 6 straight defeats or something like that, so we needed to stop the rut. But I think if we weren't coming off that many defeats, I think we could have definitely beaten them, because Villa under Gerrard were awful. Villa under Gerrard were like pretty much where we were when Emery took over. They were like 16th, 17th. So, but right now we're away, and Villa under Emery are really, really good. Last time Forest did go to Villa Park, it was a very, very entertaining game in the Championship in 2018. It ended Villa 5, Forest 5, and Joe Lolly put in an absolute masterclass, scoring an absolute thunderbolt for us. Then Tammy Abraham decided to score 4 goals, but we won't talk about that. It was a very entertaining game, probably one of the best Forest games I've ever watched, and definitely even people that have supported Forest for a long time, it's one of the most entertaining games you've ever watched. So we went 2-0 up, and then it just sort of, I can't really explain, it was just absolutely mental. But the last time Forest did win at Villa Park was back in 1994, where Forest won 2-0. It was in the Premier League as well. And since that day, Forest have only beaten Aston Villa once in all competitions. So how could Villa set up? Now, under Emery, they've gone with a 4-1-2-1-2. It's sort of like a narrow one though. It's 4 midfielders playing, 1 DM, 2 centre mids, and 1 number 10. So their midfield could be narrow, but we could exploit that, but we won't, because we will park the bus and we will concede goals because we can't defend either. Despite having top tier defenders, we just can't defend. Yeah. And plus, we're going to have to try and contain a man that's on hot form at the minute, Ollie Watkins. He did pick up a knock in the game against Leicester, but then he continued for the rest of the game, so I severely doubt he's going to miss the Forest game. So yeah, Forest's defence is going to have much fun containing Ollie Watkins. He's definitely not going to score a hat-trick. But yeah, he's going to have a lot of joy in that game. We need to try and stop him, but we won't. Looking at the injury updates now, for Forest, it's confirmed Dean Henderson will be back in training next week, so the earliest we expect him back. Technically for the Man United game, but he won't be eligible for that because he's on loan from Man United, so the earliest he can play for us is probably going to be Liverpool. Emmanuel Dennis is still being assessed. I doubt he'll be in the starting 11 if he's still being assessed on the Thursday. That's when Cooper confirms, so I severely doubt he will be in the starting 11. Scott McKenna is back in training. It's a positive for some depth at the back. I doubt he'll come into starting 11 though, because Niakate and Felipe haven't really done much wrong. Ryan Yates is still being assessed. I doubt he'll start, but I do have sort of a little bit of hope that he will. But yeah, he most likely will start on the bench. Willy Bolly shouldn't be long out either, because he picked up the same injury as Scott McKenna, so I imagine it'll only be a week or 2 before he's back in training. Omar Richards, still unknown of his return. About a month ago, he was 2 weeks out from training, and I've not heard anything since then. And Biancon and Chris Wood are still out for the rest of the season. Now looking at Aston Villa, I have tried a different source for my injuries, because apparently I got all of the Leeds injuries wrong, so sorry about that. I've tried a different source this time though, so I'm hoping I'm right about the Villa injuries. But Matty Cash picked up an injury. I think it was a hamstring injury during international duty, so he will most likely miss the game against us. Phil Coutinho picked something up against Arsenal as well. I doubt he will start, but apparently he's not been 10 out of 10 under Emery so far, so I doubt he'll start anyway. Boubacar Kamara was subbed off against Chelsea as well, so I doubt he will start either. Could be on the bench, but I doubt it. So those are the Villa injuries, significantly less than Forest, but our injury list is getting a little bit shorter. If we can go with the rest of the season without picking up any injuries, that would be fantastic, lads. My team for the Villa game, I think the defence picks itself for me. Navas in goal, Lodi, Felipe, Niakate and Toffolo. The Toffolo one might be a little bit interesting. Just put Lodi or Toffolo at right back, whichever. I'm pretty sure Lodi's played there once this season. I don't know if I'm waffling when I say that, but I'm pretty sure he has. Also, Nico Williams, when somebody attacks him, he struggles, and Villa will attack us. So we want fullbacks that are good at defending, and Toffolo was fantastic against Wolves and against Leeds. I don't think he was that bad. He wasn't as bad as some people are making out, let's just say that. And Felipe and Niakate obviously just picked themselves, and Navas, we can't do any better, although he did make the mistake for Leeds' first goal, sorry. He's still better than Hennessy, and Henderson's not fit yet. Moving to the midfield, I did say Yates is a doubt that he'll start, but I mean, even if it's 50-50, it's Yates. He does tend to get in a bit quicker than other players. So I've gone with a midfield 3 of Ryan Yates, Danilo and Mangala. I do not want to see Fuller start. He has been awful. He's not putting a good performance since Southampton away, and that was about 13 weeks ago or something like that. It was ages ago. So he should not be starting, and he should not be wearing the armband. Even if Yates doesn't start, just give the armband to someone else, I'm begging you. In at the number 10, Gibbs White. I don't see any reason to change that. And Brennan Johnson, Taiwo Awoniyi up front. If we're not going to start Awoniyi, put Scarpa in if Dennis is not fit. But that would be the team I would start. Finally, though, my score prediction. I'm sure you got the vibes that I've been giving off in this video. I'm not confident in the slightest. If we score, it's a bonus, it's a positive, helps the goal difference out. But I'm going to go for Aston Villa 2, Forest 0. The reason I don't think it will be a cricket score is because I think we'll show a bit more fight and a bit more heart than what we usually would, because Steve Cooper staying, and I think they should fight a bit more for the manager. But Villa are just too good. They're too good. And it's going to be 2-0 to them. I might even be generous here. I think 3-4-0 isn't too unrealistic. But I'm going to go Villa 2, Forest 0. Ollie Watkins with one of the goal, and Leon Bailey is probably going to come on and score as well. But yeah, it's going to be 2-0 to Villa. I hope I'm wrong. The Forest cause a major upset, but that's just not going to happen, is it? It's just not. They're too good. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave your score predictions in the comment section down below, and follow me on Twitter if you want more Forest stuff and me moaning about us being terrible away from home. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.